Hi, everyone. Welcome to another Terry Talk. Well, just a couple of weeks ago, we were talking about quiet quitting, where people just aren't putting in the effort they once did. They're doing their jobs. They're just not putting in that extra effort or that discretionary effort, or oftentimes referred to as work to rule. Now, quick quitting. Wow, just when you thought it was safe to get back in the water, to steal a line from Jaws 2. It's another thing that's going on. It's a consequence of this crazy labor market that we find ourselves in. Just last week, we were down at the chamber chatting with some local business folks about the state of the current labor market. Thousands of jobs left unfilled, tough time trying to find workers, ghosting's back, people not showing up on the first day. That's not what we're talking about here. We're talking about people who don't stay in their jobs within the first year. One of the things that is interesting is we always hope. Hope's a great emotion that kind of keeps us grounded and keeps us focusing going forward. And a lot of people are hoping this problem will go away. Sadly, when we look at the demographics, it's not going away anytime soon. So we need to get proactive. We can't just hope this is going to go away. It's not going to. We need strategy. So quick quitting, not a new concept. It's been around for a long period of time. However, we're seeing that this is growing at its fastest rate ever, peaking in July, but it's been on a tear where people are just not staying in their jobs by the time they get to their first anniversary. So, 6-9 months maybe, not hitting that first anniversary. It's been pretty typical. The folks in tech know what we're talking about. You see this a lot. However, now it's becoming more pervasive across a number of industries. And that's where it's starting to get a little bit scary. So why? Why is this going on? Why are people leaving their jobs before they get to their first anniversary? Well, first of all, I think part of it has to do with quick decisions to hire. If you look back to the the housing market in the summertime, people were buying houses sight unseen, putting in offers without even visiting the property, no inspections, nothing. And then arriving and realizing the Taj Mahal they thought they were getting wasn't quite what they were getting. I think the same can be said about hiring. A lot of people are doing this. I know organizations who are making offers before even talking to people. You kind of get what you pay for if you're not doing your due diligence on you, your organization, and on the candidates. The pandemic has been tremendously powerful. It's made people wake up and realize they're just not going to take it anymore. They want good leadership, good management, good organizations, and they realize with this demographic shift, they have the power now to make those decisions. We've also seen inflation, 8, 9, 10% inflation. People are concerned. They want to make more money to at least keep their available cash about the same, the spending power about the same. And in fact, there's a Harvard Business Review article a couple of months ago that actually showed that if you switch jobs, you can actually maintain your spending power. Those that stay in organizations are actually seeing their overall spending power decrease as inflation takes hold. No question that cash and compensation is driving this. But again, as we've mentioned in other Terry Talks, we need to focus on value, finding creative ways that organizations don't get handcuffed with big dollar amounts for hiring people. Variable pay, bonuses, commissions, those sorts of things can be very helpful. And I think for employees out there, being able to be more open to those sorts of things and realizing and demonstrating your value as opposed to just focusing on, here's my salary, pay me now kind of thing. I think recruiting is absolutely mission critical. A lot of people don't know how to recruit well into their organizations. Get help. There's a ton of firms out there that can help with this. Some better than others. The good ones will offer you guarantees. Now that doesn't take away from the fact that if somebody leaves you, you're going to be out that person. But at least if you have a guarantee from a recruiting company, you're not going to be sucked away having to go through all those resumes and interviews again. They'll take care of that for you. It's not the entire answer, but it helps. Also, I think what good recruiters do, really good recruiters do, they do the due diligence, not only on you, in understanding you, but also on the candidates and making sure there's a good fit there. That's critical. So engagement leads us to the next concept. Money's part of the issue, but go back to, we've been screaming about this for years. Mastery, autonomy, purpose. Let people get really good at their craft. Get out of their way and align with their purpose. Are your employees aligned with you on that? Do they sense mastery, autonomy, and purpose when they come and work for you? Employees, they're just not going to be taken for granted anymore. We've got to get aligned. And while we're on the topic of engagement, let's measure real employee engagement. There's a lot of not great tools out there. Our employee pulse assessment, the EPA here at ARIA, many of you may be familiar with that. We measure engagement, but we also measure commitment and satisfaction. Those are three really similar concepts, but they're different. They can provide incredible sources of information. Your engagement can be up, but your satisfaction could be down. Who'd have thunk it? It happens. And that kind of information, looking at those three variables in combination, can really be the canary in the coal mine for some of you to find out what could be languishing and help you plan accordingly and build out those strategies you need to prevent quick quitting. For our employees out there, if you're not sure, ask yourself these questions. Does this role make me happy? Either the one you're considering or the one that you're in. Am I going to be appreciated or am I appreciated? Am I getting value for the amount of effort I'm putting in? Am I going to grow? Am I excited? And if you're in a job and you're thinking about making that exit, regardless of your timeline, but especially if it's been less than a year, what's getting in the way? Why? What makes you want to leave? And then have that discussion with your leader. What's the worst that can happen? They can say goodbye. Well, you were thinking about leaving anyway. So I'm not sure that there's a big risk here, something going sideways. And in fact, you might flag some things that make the relationship that much stronger. And that'd be awesome. So, we believe everybody deserves a great place to work. We fundamentally believe quick quitting shouldn't be a thing. The onus is on both of the employers out there and our employees. Let's work together to build those real solutions. Remember, one size does not fit all. One size fits one. And sometimes you need some help with this. If you're an employee, you need some help figuring out where you want to go. Let's have that conversation. Employers, not sure about your recruiting strategy, not sure about your engagement, how to build your leaders. Let's have that conversation. We love to hear from you. Throw the comments down below. Make sure to hit that subscribe button, and we'll look forward to seeing you again next time